Hey guys, we are at Camp Blanton today. We're actually going to be hiking the Blanton Forest, which is a roughly 100-year-old nature preserve forest. We are just now kind of checking in and hitting the first trails, but we're going to bring you along with us. Okay guys, we are in Camp Blanton, Blanton Forest in Harlan County, Kentucky, and we're fixing to take the Watts Creek Trail, which we've never done before. And we've actually went to Knobby Rock before. It's a beautiful place. So we're going to take this lower trail because we've never took it before. Guys, we was walking the trail and we found right in the center of the trail is this pin marker. It does not look like a pine branch. It fell from a pine tree. So we do know that Bigfoot actually does these push pin markers. Not saying Bigfoot did it, but it's unusual for it to be right in the middle of the trail. Thought we might order to document it. You can see we're kind of back in the middle of nowhere. It's nice back here, quiet. Whoop, whoop. What was that? Did you hear that? Where'd that come from? Let's try it again. Whoop, whoop. And we're the only people out here. We're the only car in the parking lot. I don't know. That sounded pretty interesting. All right, guys, we reached the end of this trail. So I don't know, what do you say, about a mile?
Probably.
So we're gonna go back, and we have to backtrack a little bit, but that's okay. And we're going to maybe head toward the maze, which is a couple mile hike uphill. Woohoo! Beautiful area back here, though. This hike here, this trail here, Watts Creek, it's not a very strenuous hike. I'd say best about anyone could do it. There are some, of course, trip hazards from rocks and roots and stuff like that, but very little uphill, mostly level. All right, we're heading back. All right, now guys, we're going to go up toward the Knobby Rock loop, which we've been to Knobby Rock before, but as you get so far, it splits off into what's known as the maze, and we didn't go to it last time, so we're going to try to go to it today, even though it is, I don't know, what, about 2 miles to Knobby Rock, ain't it? And of course, we're going to go uphill the whole way. Yay! But we got to do it. Hey guys, we're about halfway up to go into Knobby Rock. And once we get there, we split off and we go to what's known as the maze. This here is rather a hard climb because it's uphill probably 90% of the way, and bugs are bad. So if you're not in pretty good shape, you'll have to stop and rest. And we are in fairly good shape, but we're still catching our breath because we hiked about 6 miles yesterday. But this is a good hike. We've come up the side that's a little easier to get up. This actually makes a big loop. Last time we came in the other way, and it's real rocky and pretty hard to navigate. But this year's not too bad, other than it being steep. All right, we've made it to Knobby Rock. We had to stop a time or two to get your wind because it's uphill about, I don't know, probably 95% of the way. But right now we're walking into what's known as Knobby Rock, and we deserve a nice little rest once we get here. It's very humid today. There's really no breeze, but, so we're sweating pretty hard. But we made it, so next step is the maze. That'll be take a break. Yes. Now before I get in the sun, I'm going to take me a breath right here in the shade. Woo. Oh yeah. Nice, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Knobby Rock. Okay guys, after we took us a little bit of break back on Knobby Rock, we are headed toward the maze, which is how far, Robin?
The maze, I think, is another half a mile.
About a half a mile more, so I don't think the walking is going to be near as bad because we're on top of the mountains. Can't be much more up to it. But we're going to head that way. Okay, this is what we are, what's called the sand caves. It's a series of cliff line that runs a pretty good ways, but when we get on up toward the top, it's there's a little more sand and things like that. So we have found two tracks back here on the side that were probably 13-14 inches long. Didn't really appear to be human shaped because the hill was kind of narrow, and it was off trail. It was walking beside the trail, not actually in the trail. So this is actually some more uphill, which we didn't think we'd have a whole lot, but we're going to head on up here to this other end of this rock cliff and maybe film a little bit more of the sand cave area. Still pretty steep in this area. But I could easily see back years and years ago where you could stand near this for shelter, build a nice fire, be out of the elements. It's a good place. That's it probably happened. There's a little bit of charring on the roof. Makes you think that, so make you think there might have been a fire under it one time. Probably too much air for somebody to get to you if you was to get snake bit back here. All right, guys, looks like we finally made it to the maze, which is a series of rocks you have to navigate in and out. Definitely, there's parts of the trail that are for experienced hikers only. Dangerous, slick. If you fall off on the right side, there's a couple of places where there's a real big drop. So you should know what you're getting into before you come this way. Me and my wife both, we kind of got a little overheated, so we had to stop and eat a little something and drink some water. Definitely a lot of uphill, slick rocks, slick roots. But looks like we finally made it. When we get on up into the level where it levels out a little bit, we'll film some more. Definitely sketchy a little bit. The trail, I think, goes that way. Yeah, I think I gotta go across that way. So it's cool. There are some small openings in here that is hard for a big guy like me to squeeze through, but we've been doing it. That's pretty narrow right there, but I'll have to get through there. That tree and rocks short together. Well, the maze is a very hard climb, very tight squeezes, but the rock formations are incredible.
That rock, it looks like Chewbacca.
Looks like, but it does, don't it?
Yeah.
It does a little bit with a shadow, but you can see all the way through to the other side. I wouldn't want to crawl through there though. Wow. It's nice back here though. It's cool. At least it's cooler. But the trail looks like it goes on this way, so we'll just have to go on. Does that look like ash to you where it's burnt, or is that just rock? Just rock, what's in there? The white pebble? White pebbly rock?
Yeah, it looks like something burned. It's pebbly rock though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Woo. It's definitely an adventure, Rob. Definitely an adventure. All right, we've come to a big giant opening here, a big cliff line. I see a few tracks. Somebody's been in here, Robin. Wow. You just can't imagine the scope of this, or just how large it is. Where? I don't see. But I don't know. Somebody's very talented to get their name up that high. It's 25 foot high. Wow. Buddy, I feel bad now. It looks like a little kid's boot there. Looks like a little kid's boot. Surely they didn't bring a little kid. There gotta be another way in here. Ain't no way they brought a little kid up the way we came. Unless they carried them. There's no way. They might have carried them in one of those backpack thingamabobs. Wow. Totally cool. Well, if it is, it's real small feet. Could have possibly been a woman, I guess. Wow. But see, it's hard to say how long these tracks been under here. You know, they don't really get no weather. I mean, you're up under a giant cliff. You're not going to get no. Now, see, right there looks like where somebody's been digging and sifting the sand for artifacts and stuff. Which I don't think you're supposed to do, but awesome though. Well, we know that someone was here in 1941. Looks like April or something that I can't see. April 1941. I guess it says either Billy or Hilly or.
Looks like Shelley.
Shelley?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an S. Yep, Shelley. What is it? Webb? Well, Shelley Webb, we see your handiwork. 1941, so it was shot back this way. Well, we have started our descent back down. I take it from around the maze. It is very steep in spots and slippery. So you just need to know what you're getting into before you get up in here. Especially if you're inexperienced at hiking and that type of thing. But it's beautiful back in here if you can stand it. You can stand the hike. All right, 2 more. All right, this looks like it's going to be a tight squeeze for a big guy, so let's see what we got. Don't slide under that if you're in the air.
Take your backpack off.
Oh, I'll have to. Looks slick too, so watch out. Alright guys, my phone went dead, so, and Robin's is almost dead, but we completed the Blanton Trail all the way up to the maze, made the loop and come back. We're looking, the time we got to the car, right at 9 miles, 8.75 miles. Some areas are pretty rough, but beautiful up in there. It's worth the hike, but make sure you bring plenty of water and make sure you kind of know what you're getting into, because it's not an easy hike. It's kind of difficult, moderate to hard in spots, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and we're glad you guys got to tag along with us. Say something, Robin.
Hi, buddy.
Hi, buddy.
Hey,
How about
buddy.
goodbye, buddy? It's in the video.
See you, buddy.